Hey, greetings. This is Leroy. I want to talk to you about something that came up. A question came up when we were discussing issues of the LMS and creating a course and some tools that we can use, whether it's face-to-face or blended or online class. And so one of the tools that I have used in the past, whether it's philosophy or speech or accident investigation, system safety engineering, looking at different reasons why either crashes occur or how we make things better at an airport, for instance, and which is kind of interesting when you see that actually happen when you go visit an airport after you implement a few of these things. What I do is this what's called this 710 exercise, and if it's one of those cases where somebody's asking the question about 710 and it's really oil that they're asking about. And I always talk about what does it take to change oil, and once we understand how it is that we change oil and how many steps it takes to do that, we really understand from that aspect. We can take that information and apply it to anything, whether it's accident investigation or aircraft design or airport parking or a course that I'm teaching. And I like to use a lot of this with students when they're trying to figure out a paper, especially when they're working on master's thesis. How do I really want to create this out? Working on their chapter 3 and getting that all worked out, as well as other things from that aspect. Speeches, for instance, it's a good way to talk about speeches. What I want to show you is one of the tools that I use, and it's mind map. But first, what I do is, like for instance, using a fault tree, for instance. These are event trees if you look at them from a different point of view, where I discuss the issue, I identify what my main issue is here, and then what are the things that are underneath of it. No more than 5. That's what I found. Normally no more than 5. Otherwise it gets really convoluted. So that's an important thing to be aware of there. So I've got a few others here. Another product that I use is this. It's a cause and effect. You see this in total quality management and some other tools. Really works well if I'm trying to figure out what are some of my main issues or main concerns that I have. And for instance, this one breaks it down to people, machines, materials, and methods, and then come up with my results. And I like this particular one, especially in design of a course, so that people understand what all they need to have in order to create that course and make that work, especially first-time instructors. So with that in mind, what I really want to do is talk about mind map. And I've sent a few of those out. Now, the big question is, and this came in a meeting that I was at a couple of weeks ago with a lot of Maryland schools, is what do I need minimally for a class, face-to-face class primarily. But this is one way to really get your information where you want it so that you then can create your modules later. 5 elements: syllabus, schedule, grade book, announcements, and faculty information. And this is for all classes. And there's 3 schools in Maryland. This is mandatory. This is every course that we set up like this. So the big question was, okay, how do we really go to this and really work this out? I've been creating a lot of things out of mind maps. I usually just write them out. You write that circle on that piece of paper, and then you map out. Go, what are some of the key elements I need to worry about? Well, there's some software tools out there. Normally they cost. I found this one that's inexpensive. At least gets me started, gets me thinking. It's really kind of a neat way to have students prepare or outline some of their papers or processes or procedures or where they want to go online. If you go to MindMup, it's mindmup.com, you are able to now create mind map. The first screen that you're going to see is create a new map. You can open a map, you can learn how to use a map, how to get in touch. I'm going to go ahead and create a map, and when that happens, when you create that map, it will then it'll ask you some questions here. Is it going to be public? Is it going to be private? Of course, require subscription. I'm not going to buy that. I'm going to do a public one right now because I'm going to show you this. This is what the mind map will look like. A couple things cut off over here, but those are things that you can worry about later on. Really, the key thing is just getting started. So what it says here is press space or double click to edit. I'm going to hit the space bar. I'm going to edit. I'm going to put in here my course. And then from there, I can create from there all the things that's necessary for me to get into. And one of the ways that you do that is once you get your return button and get this set, I go up here to edit. That's one way to do it, and I will then select a child. And I will type in that child, and one of them is my syllabus. And then from there I can either go back and I can insert a child from this way. I can do that. Or the other way is I can click on this and I can add a sibling. It's quite interesting how that works. If you haven't done mind mapping, it's really kind of a good way to really understand what's going on. I'm going to go over here. Let's see. I've got right here one that I've already started on. This is called course information. Okay, I could change it to say my course. And I'm going to start laying out how I really want these 5 elements to be in my face-to-face LMS, using the LMS as my face-to-face. So I'm going to put in here, for instance, I put syllabus, and I identified hours, text, assignment. What other things can I put in there? Well, let's go down to gradebook. This is another one. I'll show you how some of this works. Part of my gradebook is, of course, I'm going to put attendance. For an online class, my attendance may be my first or my weekly discussion pages. So that's the way I could identify that. I'm going to add another child in here. Part of my grade book is exams, because I may want to put that in my grade book and grade those. Let's see, another child of this can be my weekly assignments. And of course the last one, of course, is the paper. But so I can set, now I know I have at least 4 areas. I could add some more areas to this as far as what I need to put in my grade book. Okay, faculty information. What do I need in there? What are some of the information? My office hours, my contact. See, what you can do is, way I look at it, is you put the paper syllabus in there as a PDF, and then you break that paper down into elements that they click on and they have to walk through and work through. And in a way, depending on the document you're working with, you can actually put in there before they can move to the next section. They have to click, yes, they understood or they've read it. And now you have documentation, so you've already read what that means. And so announcements, the same thing. Syllabus, again, you have this. And I added some of the just different ones in here. You can edit these nodes, because I definitely spelled holiday wrong. So I've got holiday to take care of. And then another item I may want to put in here, for instance, I've got holiday. Not only did for the spring semester, I have Martin Luther King Day, but I also have break, and the dates, and what the study day is, final exam day. I can add all these things into the mind map, and then I can then sit down with the designer, and I can identify with them, here's how I want to set this up. Here's all that I need to do. You work through this. If you've ever been through project management, this is one way that you can start getting that project going, and then from there you find out what your bow waves are, for instance, what all the information is that's necessary, how do you contact, and then again you can just, then from here you can expand out what other information. Now once I get my course done, what else do I want into Blackboard? Now at that point I'm going to sit here and I'm going to add another child. I'm going to add course modules. I don't have to do that now, but you know what? I may find out that I kind of like this concept, and maybe I want to put course modules in there, and then content. And so from there, I have that available. Anyway, this is just one tool that you can use. It's called it's MindMup, mindemup.com. You can create that if you have a Google account. Then you can save that document to Google Drive. Makes it very simple. Or you can set up an account with this. Normally these trees last about 6 months before they die out. meaning that they go away. And so if you keep it up to date and keep saving it and updating it, then it'll continue on. But if it's just left to set, then that's okay. And you can print this out on tabloid paper. You can print it on regular paper. If you get a big, expansive tree, the bigger the paper that you can find will work out. Anyway, I just wanted to share this with you. This is what I call my 7-10 experiment or exercise, because it allows folks to really start thinking through what are all the steps that I need to have, whether it's to change oil or create this glass. So hopefully this will help you. And with that, you guys have a good day.